And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym of Crypto, episode 1181. Today is Wednesday, January 17th, 2024. And I am King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto. Most days, Monday through Friday at 10ish. Today's top stories, only a few today, but I just wanted to make sure we checked in. Bitcoin ETFs top 3 times daily volume of all ETFs, all 500 ETFs launched in 2023 combined. IRS steps back crypto tax rules, exempting transactions over $10,000 from obligations. Argentine president to allow provinces to circulate their own currencies. And Sam Bankman Freed's parents asks court to dismiss FTX's lawsuit seeking to recover funds. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at these prices, see what's going on. I want to go ahead and refresh this page as well. I had it kind of sitting in the background, so I want to make sure I get you the most up-to-date info there. Hold on. There it is. Perfect. Of course, using some of the community's favorites, coin market cap. Bitcoin is coming in, hey, really for the most part, sideways at $42,712. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Up 0.38%. Ethereum at $2,557 just went down. You can see there, up 1.23%. Number 5, Solana at $101, up 6.16%. Honestly, one of the craziest runs as of now to me the last few weeks to months. One thing I will say, though, not unsurprisingly, if you remember months ago, I was talking about the game, the little game that we were playing on Solana. What was it called? I can't remember it off the top of my head. Mini Royale. I was talking about the Mini Royale game that's on Solana that actually works and it's a fun game. And I was like, hey, they have things like this going on. There's actual use cases to it. Of course, they just kept having those network outages and a lot of things going on with their actual blockchain or the back end. So I have seen things being released from their team saying they've worked on this or they're continuing to work on that type of issues, more than likely scaling issues or whatever. But regardless, that price has been going crazy for Solana. Let's see, number 6, Ripple XRP at 57 cents. Up 0.2%. Number 8, Cardano 53 cent, up or down 0.41%. And number 10, Dogecoin at 8 cents, down 0.09%. You'll see Fear and Greed Index is at a 63 right now, so still about the same as last week. Trending tokens, you can see here, Zai, Meme AI, and Celestia. And recently added has been Dino, Valibits, and Satoshi Nakamoto token. I would have thought we had that by now. Bitcoin dominates at 49.6% and Ethereum dominates at 18.2%. And really quick, I think it is fair. I know some people wouldn't agree with this, but I have to say, I think it's fair to say, I think it's fair to say that Ethereum probably won't overtake Bitcoin, at least not in the timeline a lot of people thought. I remember the last few years that was one of the biggest things everybody was talking about, when Ethereum will flip Bitcoin when it comes to market share. And once they have these type of upgrades and this, and I mean, at this point, I can't remember exactly what he was talking about as of recently, but I just saw Vitalik back in the news, essentially talking about another pivot or doing something different with Ethereum. And it's just like, yeah, it's still a long way to go, if ever, catching Bitcoin, because at this point now, not many, but again, there are Ethereum competitors popping up that definitely want to take its market share and what they're doing also. So interesting to see there, but don't think they'll be flipping Bitcoin anytime soon. Well, let me see, give some quick shout outs to everyone. Hold on, let me make sure I can open up this chat on YouTube. Boom. There it is. What's going on, Miriam? Reggie. Oh, going on. Good morning, Reggie Middleton. Less Square Cigar, Wisdom Bars. If you know, you know. Let's see. Nerd Up. Humney Developer, JB Kadeem, Dub Proof, Jasmine B, James O, Chloe Dior, the Digital Wealth Podcast. They're pumping Solana to fix the FTX situation. I can see that as well. PFC Wells, what's up? What's going on? I can see that being the case as well. Let's see. I'm about to pull up this first story. So, okay, a couple things. First, Bitcoin's price in general. Let me pull up Coin Market Cap because it kind of goes into the first story also. That being Bitcoin ETFs top 3 times daily volume of all 500 ETFs launched in 2023 combined. So Again, Bitcoin is continuously breaking records. You're telling me 72 hours of tasting that Bitcoin sauce. They said this is already topped the daily volume, 3 times the daily volume of all 500 ETFs launched last year combined. That's right. January 16th spot Bitcoin ETFs generated $1.8 billion in volume, more than 3 times the combined trading volume that same day of all 500 ETFs launched in 2023. The total volume across 10 spot Bitcoin ETFs on January 16th on the same day. Wow, I thought that would be the accumulation of a few days. So on the same day, outpaced the total volume of all those launched last year. Again, this was compiled by Yahoo Finance, it looks like. And again, this is over $1.8 billion in total trading volume. Now, we did talk about this last week, saying that, hey, some of this trading volume could have already been built in, saying Grayscale trading to BlackRock and BlackRock trading to Fidelity and vice versa, and so on and so forth. That could account for some of the trading value. I haven't looked at it, nor do I really care to for the most part, because to me, I'm not about to get wrapped up in the derivatives game into looking at the trading volume of a derivative of Bitcoin, of ETF, to determine what moves we're going to make over in crypto, what's going to happen with Bitcoin wholeheartedly. I will take into consideration, but I'm not going to do no deep dive on it. That's not for me. And of course, I'll look for the information that's out there. But uh, so here's the thing. So it was a high trading volume last week. There's been high trading volumes going into this week already. And looking at the price of Bitcoin, we can take a few different things from there. Let me bring up Bitcoin's price first. Boom. All right. Some good things that I saw with this is that sell the news, right? There was a slight dip. The news was sold on, but there wasn't like this incredible dip right now. So either that wasn't going to happen to begin with, or it was going to happen, but that trading volume actually made up for that dip. So let's say it was going to go down to like 37,000, 36, 35,000, but the trading volume, that 1.8 billion already made up for it, right? Or like we kind of suspected last week, if that was more internal trading through some of the big players to other big players, then it wasn't really even reflect, or over the counter, it wasn't or hasn't even been reflected on the price point yet, which also means that, hey, still in good condition because there's more to come. Or worst case scenario, kind of what I said the first time, right? Where this trading volume has been reflected, is keeping us at 42, 43,000. But what happens when the steam wears off? Now, the good thing is, will the steam have time to wear off? We come up on the halvening now. I think this is day 98 or 97. I should be tracking it. That's my fault. I'm pretty sure Coin Market Cap has it, but we're on like day, if I had to guess, probably like day 97 days from the halvening or something like that, right? So how far can it really slip before the halvening comes? No, it wouldn't be too bad, right? So even if we were to go down to like 30, 38, 37, 36, you're about to have the halvening. It's going to be a big event. The accumulation has already started from there. It will continue. But again, that's all saying we don't get some type of black swan event, something the government does. But I don't know. Right now, it's looking good with some of these stories today. So again, the price of Bitcoin is holding steady, going sideways now for the last few weeks at about $42,000, $43,000. Even after the big ETF news. Now let's see what happens. I mean, really, every 2 weeks we'll kind of get a heads up when it comes from price points and the volume of ETFs to see if people's capital are going toward ETFs, and is that capital going toward the underlying asset Bitcoin, or is it just going to a bank account somewhere to say that we have these Bitcoin ETFs all backed on 1 or 2 Bitcoin, something like that. That would be a great way to actually like semi-crash the Bitcoin market while at the same time enriching themselves as a bank. And that's to say, yeah, this, a billion ETFs are backed by 1 Bitcoin. That way, it's like you don't need all these Bitcoin. You only need a small amount anyway. We can do trillions of dollars of assets on 1 Bitcoin. Why would you even need more than 2 or 3 or whatever? That's insane. Like, so they could kind of devalue it in the short term by doing something like that. That would be interesting to see. But Bitcoin price is alive and well. ETFs have kicked off as they expected, as we all should expect. You had BlackRock behind it. They started pushing the commercials. Fidelity is happening. The pain train is happening right now. Let's see what's going on. Reggie, I would love to hear what you had to think about some of these developments when it comes to ETFs. Let's see, lots of news right here above. What's going on, Reggie? What's going on in the news? The painter, good morning, Ron B. Take a look at the losses, taking ABY, that big company, and how strongly the patent office is affirming and reaffirming the entrepreneur's patent. Okay, I got to take a look at that. Was ABY? All right. And the notes. What else we have going on in the chat? L Dabnum L, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. The Digital Wealth Podcast. Most of the ETF volume didn't come from customers; they purchased their own products. Exactly. That's, to me, this was a record company purchasing their own CDs, right? Or a rapper, somebody dropping a new, or any entertainer really dropping a new song on YouTube, and then buying the comments or whatever section out. So same thing. And that's what I meant by internals. Like, that's why it also may not be realized, the pluses or the minuses of the ETF yet, because we really haven't seen either what retail would do or what they're going to do with some of their bigger portfolios that represent a lot of their assets under management. So, that's going to be good. It's going to be cool to see. All right. This was interesting news right here. Honeypot, I don't know. We'll see. IRS steps back crypto tax rules, exempting TXs over $10,000 from obligations. The U.S. Internal Revenue Service didn't state when it intends to issue new regulations detailing how U.S. businesses must report cryptocurrency transactions. Now, I do want to be clear. They are saying U.S. businesses, so I'm not sure how that's going to fall to the retail investor or the individual, but they are saying the U.S. businesses won't yet need to report crypto transactions above $10,000 to the IRS until the tax agency releases a regulatory framework. The decision follows a revision of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act by the U.S. Treasury Department and the IRS, according to a January 16th announcement from the IRS. On January 1st, a law requiring all U.S. businesses to report crypto transactions over $10,000 came into effect, but the tax regulator has stepped back from enforcing the rule for the time being. So at this time, digital assets are not required to be included when determining whether cash received in a single transaction or two or more related transactions meet the reporting threshold. The new rules reportedly received by crypto users. Coin Center executive Jerry Brito noted that many will find it difficult to comply with reporting requirements without further guidance from the IRS. He speculated that filers would attempt to comply with the law, but risk being found guilty of a felony. That's kind of weird to me. I took it as they're saying you didn't have to do it right now. It requires taxpayers to report receiving. Oh, you have to report receiving more than $10,000 cash within 15 days of the transaction. And digital assets were considered cash under a section of the act, but it won't impact U.S. cryptocurrency users from now. Okay, I get it. Oh my goodness, this is like a Los Angeles parking street sign right here. This is madness. You can park here between 2 to 4, but no permit parking is not allowed, period. So you must have a permit. Street sweeping on Fridays, trash on Thursdays. It's like, wait, what is going on right now? Okay, so the way I took it is that, yeah, they're saying that, yeah, it will be a rule, but the rule is not in effect yet. Now, of course, I feel I'm all for self-regulation, so the rule itself sucks. Um, but and to me, this is more of a honeypot anyway, because what they really want you to do is start to use it and feel comfortable with it and kind of get that bill. They want that bill to be high with income. They don't want you, oh, you only did one $10,000 transaction. All right. But if they come back in a year or two from now and they're like, we never said you wouldn't have to report it. We say you're exempt. So you've done 10 or 15 of these transactions. Now they have something to sink their teeth into. A, and then B, which is probably primary to begin with, is that they're also doing this for the big guys out there. Come on, Bitcoin ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity. All of a sudden, hey, businesses, you're exempt. You don't have to tell us what you're doing and all the blah, blah, blah. Oh, perfect timing, perfect timing, perfect timing. Literally, as Bitcoin ETFs are launched and you have large businesses and corporations getting into the market, now they're saying, hey, we have this relaxed environment all of a sudden. You guys are good to go. So either way, it's a honeypot. I mean, either way, the retail investor is going to see the bad end of it if you don't move through it intelligently, because again, it's either going to be a honeypot to say we're not collecting it yet until you accumulate a fat bill, or yeah, we're really not paying attention to it, and not for you, but because we have BlackRock here now. We want them to get away with as much as possible and get to as best of a head start as possible before we do enable the rules, which, by the way, would only keep out competitors from actually competing with the likes of BlackRock. It wouldn't be actual rules that are right for the market or are tailored to the market. There'll be more competitive barriers put in place as the new rules and laws of the market. So can't wait to see which one of those that will be dictated to us, of course. And as most people who will blindly follow say, there's nothing wrong. They're just trying to protect everybody. Can't be mad at that. All right, I'm happy. I'm happy. Happy. All right, what else we have going on? IRS says, hey, we're taking a chill pill. This was very interesting. Hold on, let me check out some comments. I know you all have thoughts about the IRS and what they're looking at with the crypto space. The custodian, nearly all the ETFs just launched, has just received 2 losses at the patent offices. Reggie, okay, wow, big news. Let's see. Yes, PFC Wells. I was thinking about CJ the Smart Guy before I started the stream today. As well, when I was thinking about the taxes. I'm sure he got more insight into this. Sam Bankman-Fried's parents asked court to dismiss FTX's lawsuit seeking to recover funds. That is right. Look, get these thugs off the street. I don't want to hear them, all right? Bankman and Fried, both professors at Stanford Law School, argued that Bankman did not have a fiduciary relationship with FTX. Wow. I mean, hey, listen, shout out to his parents for being, I guess, for riding with him to the very end. They are his parents. They're like, look, this is our son. We saw what y'all did to Ross Ulbricht. Like, no, you're not about to do our son the same way. We're going to pull out all the stops. So as parents, shout out to them for sure, for sure. But as I guess just, professors, objective thinkers, is like, look, you really are, you're trying to argue your son didn't have any type of financial relationship with FTX. Like, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing? And not only are they arguing that, they've actually asked the court to dismiss a lawsuit by the bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange FTX, seeking to recover funds that it alleges were fraudulently transferred. Now, we know they have all already purchased just off the real estate. They purchased like millions of dollars of real estate throughout the U.S. and abroad. So for them to be like, oh, like FTX shouldn't sue the estate, they shouldn't sue our son and us and stuff. Like, he didn't have a financial responsibility and everything. It's like, okay, he definitely did, and you all have definitely been moving and grooving with the money. Like, no, FTX wants to get it back to make his customers whole, if that's even possible. I mean, to make the lawyers whole. I have no clue how any retail investor will see any type of real capital from this. But yeah, to really argue that they shouldn't, like, he shouldn't be held responsible, or he doesn't have a fiduciary relationship, and did not serve as a director, officer, manager. Like, to me, this shows why the thug is the thug. His parents have been coddling him, just like Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary coddled him after he was even caught, saying that he would definitely hire him again, and give him responsibility again. Like, they are literally coddling this thug who disrupted $50 billion worth of capital, U.S. capital. They talk about protecting and all this other stuff. It's like, hell to the no. Yeah, you're not going to walk out of this with money. That's what they're trying to make sure happen. They want to make sure Sam Bankman-Fried can walk out of this with money. You're not walking out of this rich. Like, you're giving the money back, genius. He's such a, hey, but listen, they are geniuses, I guess. Maybe this is beyond my capacity of thought. Significantly, the filing argued that it is not enough for FTX to plead that the parents knew or should have known. Instead, the filing argued that FTX should have produced specific facts showing actual knowledge that the parents knew certain actions will result in a breach of fiduciary duty. Now, again, these are 2 legal professors, it sounds like. Is that what they are as well? Okay. Yeah, they're both professors at Stanford Law School. So I'm assuming they're legal professors. But regardless, if you're at Stanford Law School, you have knowledge of the legal system. So, hey, they're trying it again from a personal standpoint. I get it, but it's also like, this is why your son did what he did to begin with. Like, you all are some freaking enablers over there. It's like the parents in LA who is paying money to send their kids to Stanford. It's hilarious. But regardless, Sam Bankman-Fried's trying to get a shortcut. I say punish all those thugs, throw them away, and lock away the key. All right. Last but not least, Argentine president to allow provinces to circulate own cryptocurrencies. This is a pretty cool story. President Javier Milei believes that the market will ultimately decide on the value of the projects. He promised not to oppose provinces' attempts to launch their own currencies after a public exchange between Milei and the governor of La Rioja province, Ricardo Quintela. On January 14, during an interview with Radio Mitre, Milei confirmed that he would not legally oppose the creation of local currencies by provincial authorities in Argentina. The president believes that the market will ultimately decide on the value of the projects, but he warned that quasi currencies will spur up inflation and those accepting them will end up scam. I will agree with that as well. Uh, and this whole thing of deciding, then yes, there will be manipulation going on. Everything we already saw here as well with the ICO cycle. So you'll definitely just see a repeat of that on a larger scale. And a scam coin might actually end up winning out. Like, this is a place where Dogecoin, not saying Dogecoin is a scam coin, but one that wasn't meant to be a cryptocurrency, a meme coin. This is a place they could actually end up winning at in the short long term, until yes, the 90 something percent wallets decide to go all dictator mode or crash or use all the money or whatever that causes the entire market of their currency to go down, and everyone end up scamming into that one. So that's the only thing when it comes to some of these. The quote is, those who receive payments in quasi currencies from irresponsible governors will clearly see a loss of their income. What is not taken from them through budgetary adjustment will be taken from them via inflation in the quasi currency. I mean, I think this is actually fair. If this is really what the Argentine president is going to do, I appreciate the transparency and what he's saying. Like, all right, I'm just letting y'all know you're gonna get scammed. Like, most of y'all gonna get scammed. You're gonna lose out. But hey, feel free. Whoever win. Like, I'm not mad at that one. And I don't see the issue either, unless, of course, you're using the currency and capital control things, which we do use it. We weaponize our currency and capital. It is what it is. It strengthens us. But in places where the government is actually one of the people possibly and being transparent, then there's no need to weaponize the currency, which everyone loves and which everyone wins out. So but also we'll see if the president will actually stick to that, or he said he legally wouldn't impose it. That doesn't mean they won't take shots at it, because hey, it's still competition to the government. It's not to say the government won't say, hey, we didn't say you're allowed to do commercials. Like, we tell commercial companies they work, you all don't apply for federal grants. Like, there's ways to play this without legally opposing it. So, but hey, to even publicly make that statement is pretty cool. Quintela, the governor of La Rioja, intends to create a separate currency for the province after Milei devalued the Argentine peso by 50% after taking office on December 10th, 2023, to tame soaring inflation in the country, which is at its highest levels in 32 years. The new president also cut the funds allocated from the federal budget to provinces. See, well, there you go. The federal budget was already cut. So yeah, you can read more about that. But again, we'll see if it actually sticks. If it does, what will be birthed out of it? Regardless of what currency comes from it, the ideal that has been sparked is going to be amazing, because if we see this happen in another country, and so on and so forth, and you actually begin to get localized currencies that are more popular than, say, the government's one or the federal one, you can see that happen everywhere. So I can't wait to see how that actually plays out. So it's just happening. It just started. Let's give it a few weeks, a couple of months, and see if Argentine is keeping their word, or they're gonna be like, oh, hell no, y'all know we was playing. We'll see what happens with that. All right, I'm gonna check out the last few comments here. Let's see, what do we have? Let's see. When I pass the bar, I am going to make that a thing. Financial terrorism. Financial terrorism, that is definitely a thing. A word salad, you already know it. Let's see. Keep the crook in prison. Oh, you already know. Oh, you talking about the financial terrorist SBF? I wasn't even thinking about that for sure. Keep that crook in prison. As soon as you said that, I thought. As soon as you said keep the crook in prison, listen. American Greed. Are they still doing episodes or not? Because if not, they need to bring it back for a special. SBF would be an amazing American Greed special. Like, wow, wow, that would be an hour and a half special. I will watch that. Let's see. What else do we have? PFC Will said that parents being parents, academics for you, they're intellectual things. People sleep on the academic folks. Oh, you already know. Let's see. Where did his party get that money? Stop Sim, give him a taste. Where did his parents get the money? Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His parents is like, they know they go after Sim, they're gonna go after some of their parents' estates too. They can't have that. Let's see. Some grifters in the crypto space. Reggie said we should be researching if any ETFs infringe existing patents, at least as investors. Oh, that's true. That's true. How thank you, Reggie Middleton. Great point. How do ETFs, last point before we get out of here for the day, how do ETFs infringe on any existing patents, even for investors? That's a good point. And see, here's the thing where it's like, I agree with that, Reggie, and I get where you're coming from, but the beast just came in and got his way. It literally stumped his feet. I wouldn't say stumped his feet, really. It just came in, let his presence known, shook his shoulders, and took off his jacket a little bit. And literally, you had senators out the blue finally saying, and congressmen and women saying, hey, do we need to fire Gary Gensler? He's the right person for the job. ETFs get passed, all those rumblings get quiet, IRS backs off. Like, I mean, hey, even if they do infringe on existing patents, how to defeat the beast at that point? Like, what if the answer is yes, and here's the proof? Then what? 4 to 5 to 6 years of legislation, or not? It's not legislation. I'm looking at what's the word I'm looking for? Court, basically. He said, look at what happened to the beast in the link I provided above. All right, I gotta check that link out for sure. Let me scroll up. I gotta get the link. Reggie. Let's see. Oh, from the ABY company. Okay, perfect. Go and check that out. All right, well, make sure we check that out then, because listen, if there's a way to get that stimmy pack, I'm going for it, Reggie, for sure, for sure. Make sure you are smash that like and share. We will see you back on Friday with another FBF and more news. And I think I mentioned it. No, I'm not sure I mentioned it. For those in the Discord group or those who didn't know, I said last week I'll be on Friday. I went in Friday, late night, started a new channel in there, the DGen channel. So altogether, I actually looked at 5 tokens, but I only have put one in the group chat or in the Discord, because the other 4 tokens, I was like, I didn't feel comfortable. And I was right, actually. The other 4 all went down. So they've been good to short. But I did put OVR in that chat, and you can see the date and time stamp on there. Listen, I tell no lies. I'm gonna pull this up really quick. I tell no lies. Make sure you check out the Discord. This is the official Discord recruitment message. If you go on our YouTube homepage, you can buy the subscription to get in there. All right, so here's over. Oh, it's still going up too right now. So 7 days. Let me see if I can share the Discord with you all as well. Let's see if that's possible. I was about to say, I was going to have to call out when I do it now. I definitely got to call it out. All right. Let's see if I can actually share the Discord. I'm not sure if you can actually share the Discords. I got to see that. But yeah, I had called out. Let me see. Here it is. Discord. No, you can't. I figured you wouldn't be able to share. I'm not sure why you can't share it. That is strange. I had to learn how to share the Discord. But if you're in the Discord, you can see it. I'm reading it right now. I called out OVR on the 12th at about 12 a.m. almost, 11:50, 12 a.m. I said some of the, because I'm not sure who's been covering altcoins on the channel. I said some of the other creators on our channel may have already mentioned it in the past, so I have some catching up to do. But OVR is an upcoming play. I said it's up about 63% during the last 12 months and currently up about 47% on the month. Here, let me make sure. Am I sharing the chart? Okay, yep. least I'm sharing the chart. It's up about 47% of the month of that value on the month of that value. I said risky play. The juice could have possibly been squeezed, but it just took a small dip with the rest of the market from the other day from ETFs. And the day of stories could make it pump. The day of stories, which I attached an article on Monday or Tuesday, Apple announced their AR/VR headset, and I was speculating that, hey, when they announced this, OVR would continue a pump from this small dip. So I said it can make a pump. And I said, and on the other hand, if it's fake news and is not ready to launch or nothing burger, it'll just be an incoming dip. So that was again this 12th at like 11:50 p.m. So 12 a.m. So I'll bring up CoinMarketCap when I announce that. This is the 12th toward the end of the night. So boom. I announced it at about 11:20, 11:50. So about 50 cent is when I announced it in the Discord. 50 cent. And today we are at 65 cent. Top of my head, that's like 30%, folks. That is 30% from last Friday to Monday, actually. So it was actually 3 days. It's still pumping right now, but that was I called that last Friday. So about a week ago. About a week ago. Hey, I still got it. Okay. Um, so I'll be doing some more DGen time this weekend as well. I already saw some more this week. I've been kind of popping my head in and out of, but I'm really going to deep dive some tomorrow night. So I'll be on Discord then as well throughout the weekend, late night, doing some DGen, finding some altcoins. And this is the way where you can actually, this was Jake Fever we're talking about. This is how you can make that flip to get your BTC back when your capital isn't moving on Bitcoin or in the regular market, fiat market. All right, let's see. Oh man, Reggie, you trying to get me to stay? I gotta run. Listen, Reggie is talking about did anything positive happen to Richard Hart? How's he doing these days? Seriously. I haven't heard of Richard Hart. I tried to reach out to him a while ago to see if we can get him for an interview, but I'm not sure if he has the same Telegram or if he's responded. Who knows? But yes, yeah. I don't know what's going on with Richard Hart, but I know some people want to know. Let's see, what else do we have? Even Bitcoin maximalists are cheerleading for Wall Street. The human layer of Bitcoin FC failed. Yes, Dub, proof. Listen, right before the show started, I put over there, I had my Detroit knit hat on. Go Lions. But listen, Stafford said, I'm going to have to give y'all one back. Y'all let me go. I won a Super Bowl. I got y'all Detroit. Hey, shout out to Matt Stafford as well. Let's see. I think that is about it. Smash that like and share, and I will see you all Friday with some more crypto and Bitcoin news.